Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hello, hello. What's up? How you doing? Today is... Oh, a tip just came in. Look at that. As soon as I started, a tip came in. Thank you very much to Tarantula MS 2018 for a $5 tip. He says, hey, Phil. How you doing? Thank you, Tarantula. I opened my mouth and people start supporting the stream. Thank you. Was not expecting that. It actually shocked me. Okay. What's up, everyone? It's Sunday. Yes, it is. And it is time for a full streaming day for me. For those who are not aware, I'm here all week. I'm here all the way through Friday. Friday's my next day off. So I've got quite a streaming week ahead of me coming up here. And I'm ready for the fun and excitement of all the games we're going to be playing. Great variety of stuff this week, balancing the 3 major playthroughs I'm doing. With many other things. So, I hope you guys are ready. That's the thing. I hope you guys are ready for what's coming up. Alright? So, today is Sunday. Indeed. Today is the 28th of March. We are coming up on the very end of March here, folks. It's been a good month, you know, for the playthroughs we've been doing. Sad that there's still, like, no new games coming out. At least for another, you know, week or so. The newest game coming out is a remake. It's what is it? Star Wars Republic Commando, coming out on April 6th. There's also the new Oddworld game, which last time when I played the last one on PS4, you guys were less than impressed. You basically told me you were kind of bored by it. So I said I would be interested in playing this new one, but I'm not going to make it a priority. Essentially what I will do is I will get it because it is free for those who have PS Plus and PS5. So I'll probably just get it to have it in my library. And then I'll just kind of wait it out and see what if and when I want to play it. Later on in April, there's a lot of good stuff. Later on, there's going to be Near Replicant. As well as... oh, God. What's the name of the game? The PS5 exclusive. Shit. Alright, hold on. I hate when I do this and I forget half the shit I want to talk about. Give me a second. I have it right here in a list. I'm getting old. So MLB The Show is April 20th. That's going to be a fun, chill stream. Haven't played MLB in many years, so this will be fun to do. Near Replicant on the 22nd, and Returnal. That's the name of the game. Returnal on the 30th. So the second half of April is going to be exciting. The second half of April is going to have a lot of new stuff. But we got to get there. And so what we'll be doing is continuing now with all the stuff I'm doing right now, which is basically Divinity 2, which is what this first stream is right now. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. And Danganronpa, which we've barely scratched the surface of when you really think about it. In Danganronpa, we've barely done anything. We just got to the first murder mystery, which we're trying to investigate. I'm sure we've got a whole trial and everything to go through. So, we are very early on in that playthrough. Very early on, okay? So it's good stuff coming up. I hope you guys are excited for the good stuff coming up. I know I am. This week. And then after that, that first week of April is going to be exciting. Because we're going to decorate the office here. It's going to look festive for my birthday celebration that week. We're going to have a marathon that week, which is going to be the Challenge Run Marathon, where I play some classic games. And set out challenges for me to do, and you guys are going to be wagering your channel points on if I can actually hit those challenges or not. And there's going to be a DSP Tries It, which is cool. I haven't had one of those in a couple months. So, some really good stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, despite the fact there's no new games, really. We're still going to have some fun stuff going on the streams, okay? So, there's good stuff going on there. Now, before we get to the schedule for the week, we have something new, ladies and gentlemen. A new animation has been added to the stream. That is correct. Another new animation. This week, as you guys know, I've been sprucing things up around here. I've been basically trying to make the streams look a little bit newer and refreshed. So I've added back all of the tip animations for those of you who tip during the streams to support me. We now have tip animations for $4.20, $5 and above, $6.66, and then $10 and above, and $20 and above, and $100 and above. All those different levels have tip animations now, which is really cool. But now we have a new one. The new animation is for a $50 tip or above. Okay, which means the only other animation that would play is if you do $100 in one tip. This new animation is really, really good. It's basically celebrating the Gunner glasses, because when we raise $50 in tips, that first tips goal that we have here is that I put on the Gunner glasses, right? So it's an actual animation of glasses. I don't want to spoil it. Obviously, I want people to see it legit here. So if you tip $50 or more, all right, just not $100, basically $50 or more, but not $100. $100 would trigger the bigger animation. You will see this brand spanking new tip animation. It is outstanding. It is really cool. And I want to say shout out to the person who's been helping me with all this stuff recently. I don't know if they want to be known or not, so that's why I'm not really mentioning names or anything. But this person behind the scenes has not only helped me set up all these new animations, but helped me work out the bugs. As you guys know, this week I converted over from the old Streamlabs setup that I used to have over to Stream Elements. Reason being, about a month ago, out of nowhere, Streamlabs just stopped working for me. I couldn't receive tips via it anymore. And when I inquired with them, gee, why did you guys shut off my ability to accept tips? They never responded. They just basically, you know, gave me the cold shoulder. So, fuck them. You know, fuck them. If that's how they want to treat me, with no explanation or nothing, they just want to shut off my tip. I mean, fuck them. Why do I care? There's tons of other services that do this. You know, Stream Elements is the biggest one. So, I've already converted that over, but since Streamlabs never responded, I said, fuck it. I'll just firmly 100% go over and convert to Stream Elements. So I have. And so, yes, all this stuff now is through Stream Elements, and that's perfectly fine. It's working well. Now that I've converted everything over to Stream Elements, things are going smoothly. Okay? So, and that is true. Existence IRL says, to be fair, you're a small-time streamer. They probably receive thousands of reports. I would guess something happened internally. Now, whether it was intentional or not, they probably did something that was a blanket change. You're right. It probably cut out a bunch of people, and probably everyone responded, hey, what's going on? And they just don't care. To them, the way they look at it, you're right. If you're not a big person who's making them big money, why would they even give a shit, right? I hate to say it, that's just how all these companies act. If you're not someone who's making them pretty good money, why would they care? And I'm going to respond. So, it's sad, but that's just life, I guess. So, that being said, folks, I'm in Stream Elements now, and all these cool things now are implemented. All these animations are going now. It's really smooth, you know, it's working well, and I hope you guys are liking the new stuff. I'm very happy to have the tip animations back, because people have been saying for months that it was a shame that I couldn't have the tip animations, and now they're back. Now, of course, this is because I put changes in place to try to make it so that I can't have fraud against me. Not to say that anything's foolproof, but because people have made verified PayPal accounts to tip me, and I can trust tips more often than not, I'm now able to implement all this stuff again, which is really neat. All right, so just to reiterate, the new animation is for a $50 tip or more, as long as it's under $100. Any amount, $50 or more, that's under $100. We'll see a brand spanking new animation here on the streams. Do I expect to see this very often? No. We really don't see big tips like that often. Usually, you know, it's smaller tips that add up and help out. You know, rarely will you see $50, $100, almost never. So, it may be once in a blue moon we actually get to see this animation. All right? Yes, $9.99 would count Stranded Ostrich. Yes, as long as it's under 100. The criteria is 100. So, we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see it today. Likely we won't. If and when someone finally tips $50 or more, we'll see it. We're like, whoa, totally forgot that animation even existed. All right, so that's that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get it today, but doubtful we won't. All right. So thank you guys for all the support recently. Thanks for everything. It's been great around here. Let's talk about the schedule now. Today it's Divinity Original Sin 2 continuing on. We are currently in a part of the game where we're looking for the leader of the Seekers, who apparently went off to a dungeon to try to find secret weapons or something to fight these creatures. I think they're called the Shriekers or something. And apparently they're incredibly overpowered. And that's why people can't leave Fort Joy, because the Magisters are controlling everyone on the island with these seeker creatures. So our goal is to go to this dungeon, find the leader. Hopefully he's still alive. We don't know. And then find these weapons so we can fight these Shriekers and free everyone from the captivity of the island. That's our goal here, okay? Now, are we going to pull that off in one day? Hell no. Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. We got the animation. There it is. There it is. Deal with it. Deal with it. Jackalese just tipped $50 to see the animation. There it is. Deal with it. Yes. Thank you, Jackalese. He said in his message, this better be worth it. Well, I hope you guys thought it was worth it. That's a good one, huh? That's definitely good animation. What do you mean people are blurred out? I don't know what you're talking about. Who? What? There's nothing blurred out in there. That's the original raw footage. Blurred out? There's nothing blurred out. What are you talking about? Anyway, awesome. So thank you, Jackalese, because of that. Now Gunner Glasses right as we start today. Very nice. All right, that was cool. All right. Anyway, revisionist history. What are you talking about? There's no revisionist history. Just deal with it, all right? Deal with it. That's all you got to do. Okay. See, Jaggalese liked it. He says, that was pretty good. All right, good. I'm glad that you liked it. And again, shout out to the person who's making these for me. Some of these are absolutely outstanding. And there are tons, you know, this adds a lot to the streams. Obviously, people like to see these cool animations. You know, it adds to the quality of the stream for sure. And I appreciate that this person has been putting these together for me, because certainly I don't have any skill or talent to be able to do this shit. And this person's really good at it. So thank you to the person who's working on this for me, and making all this. Crazy Spank says we need someone else to tip $50 to see the animation, because people weren't paying attention. They missed it. All right, I guess we need another person to tip $50. No, we don't. Obviously, I'm just being silly, but you realize I record this, right? Like, I record this and I upload this to YouTube so people can just watch this on YouTube later on DSPGaming, and then you can watch it again. So there you go. All right. So anyway, ladies and gents, Divinity 2 today. I don't know, you know, how far we're going to get. It seems like every day we're going to make big progress, and then we end up doing, like, one thing that takes 3 hours. Like, last time around, I was like, oh, I'm going to find the leader of the Seekers. We go into this cave. This cave is full of this guy who has, like, clones, illusion clones of himself, and we're fighting him and everything, and it takes forever to clear the cave out, but man, it was worth it. We got tons of good loot. We got a new weapon, some kind of a wand that has some kind of a binding spell or something that might work against the Shriekers. You know, we got all this stuff going. It took the whole stream. Damn. So today, will we even get to the dungeon where the leader of the Seekers is, or will we get sidetracked again? I don't know. We'll find out. But whenever I play Divinity 2, you guys help me out. You give me lots of advice, and it's much appreciated, because, again, this is the first time I'm ever playing a game like this. I didn't play Divinity 1. I didn't play Baldur's Gate. I didn't play any Dungeons & Dragons games. So, because you guys help me out, you allow me to, you know, enjoy a franchise and IP that normally I wouldn't understand. See? Okay? Good stuff. So, that's the main stream for today. We'll see how it goes. Later tonight, Fall Guys. My weekly Fall Guys stream. So, last week, Fall Guys started a new season, Season 4, which is space-themed stuff, a bunch of new stages, and a bunch of new outfits. I enjoyed it, but you guys wanted me to play it twice. I played it on Monday, then immediately said, oh, I'll play it again on Wednesday night. I feel that's too much Fall Guys in 1 week, being honest with you guys. I feel that's, like, way too much of the same thing. I played it real close to each other, and by the way, I was kind of bored on Wednesday night after having played it back-to-back like that. Now it's been a few days, so hopefully it won't feel as, you know, it won't feel boring, because it's been, like, at least half a week since I played it. And moving forward, I'm only going to play Fall Guys once a week. I don't think that it needs to be played more than that. I think that it'll get stale if I do. Okay? So, Fall Guys tonight. Of course, you guys will be wagering your channel points on it, on whether or not I succeed or not. Should be a good time. That's 6:45 p.m. Pacific time later tonight. Tomorrow, It's the continuation of Danganronpa V3. The mystery continues. Alright, and we're going to try to figure out who murdered Rantaro? I forgot his name. Rantaro? Who murdered him? Or was it an accident, or what happened? Because we have no idea. Right? We're going to work on this investigation and then the first trial. And then tomorrow night, Monday night, excuse me, it'll be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And I'm using 2 totally new weapons. The, what is it? The LC-10 submachine gun and the Paul Diamatti handgun. Which is really good, except that when the connection sucks, you can't kill anyone at all with it. Because it's weak. So it's a good gun. I got giant kill streaks with it in matches where the connection was good. But then there's also matches where I couldn't kill anybody. So I'm trying to unlock all the levels of the gun. So that I can basically get dual wielding. That's what someone says. If you max out the gun, you get dual wielding unlocked in the game, which is crazy overpowered. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that on Monday night. And then on Tuesday, excuse me, yuck. On Tuesday, it'll be the continuation of Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection. We're in the 5th stage. I did hit a checkpoint, thank God, so we'll see new stuff. And see if we can beat the 5th stage and maybe even fight a boss and get to the 6th. I don't know. That'll be Tuesday. Tuesday night, something different. Ladies and gentlemen, on Tuesday night, it's a throwback Street Fighter stream. And so you may say, well, why? Why on Tuesday night are you doing throwback Street Fighter? Well, per your suggestion, someone, a few people actually suggested, said this week, why don't I try out doing Street Fighter twice instead of once? Because I always only play it once a week, and I guess the suggestion is it always does well. Like, whenever I play Street Fighter, people come out to watch it, right? People support the Street Fighter streams. So, why not play more Street Fighter a little bit more, since people seem to like it so much, right? So, okay. I will. I'm going to do Street Fighter twice this week coming up. Okay, so we're going to do it Tuesday night. I don't know how it's going to go. Hopefully, we can get people to come out for it, even though it's not the usual day. And we'll see what happens. All right, Street Fighter on Tuesday night. On Wednesday, it'll be the continuation of Divinity 2 again. And then on Wednesday night, probably Genshin Impact, which I played last night, and just so you guys know, it went pretty well. People seemed to be engaged. We had fun conversation. It was a good time. It wasn't completely disengaged like I feel it was the last couple of streams. It seemed like people were more interested in it, and they were helping me out, and we had fun conversations, and there was some support as well. Did we hit the tips goal? No, but we don't have to hit the tips goal every stream. That's not what it's all about. So I was pleased with how it went. So I said, we'll do it again, and we'll see how it goes. As long as people remain engaged and seem to enjoy the stream, I don't see why we wouldn't keep playing it. It seemed to be a little bit of a departure from the last 2 streams where people were kind of bored. Okay? All right. So that is Hurdy-gurdy man in disguise. Just subscribe. That's funny. Okay. So that's going to be, what did I say, Wednesday? And then Thursday, my last streaming day of the week, likely it'll be more Danganronpa, and then probably more Call of Duty. So I'm here every, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 5 more days this week. Holy shit. I know, my day off each week keeps changing. It seems like with my wife's new schedule, they keep pushing back her day off. One week it was, it used to be Tuesday, then it was Wednesday, then it was Thursday, now it's Friday, so my schedule keeps getting pushed back a day too. Now, obviously, this means, since I'm not here Friday, there's no Friday Night Street Fighter, you see? So since there's no Friday Night Street Fighter, I'll probably be doing Street Fighter Saturday night instead. And so that'll be the second time this week. It'll be Tuesday and then Saturday night. And we'll see what happens. See how, again, if I can get good matches and everything's good, I might do Street Fighter twice a week since you guys seem to like it. Okay? That's what I'm going for. So I hope that sounds good to you guys. Hope you're enjoying the streams. I hope this sounds like a good streaming week. Now, I'll be off on Friday. All right? And when I come back on Saturday, I will have the office decorated for my birthday celebration. That'll be April 2nd, right? Or will that be April... No, that'll be April 3rd. So, we'll have fun, festive birthday decorations here in the office for my birthday. And whenever I get like a big contribution, I'll probably have like a party horn or a noisemaker or something that I can do on the stream to be silly. You'll see. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be like that week, that streaming week, I'll have the decorations in the office the whole week. And on top of that, there's going to be a special marathon that week, which is going to be the Challenge Run Marathon, where I'm going to be playing classic games. It's either going to be classic Super Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, or classic Mega Man. Still haven't decided yet. I'm thinking about what I want to do, okay? And what'll happen is I'll set up these challenges. Gee, can I beat the entire first world without losing the light? Can I beat World 2-1 within 45 seconds? You know, stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing these challenges, and if I hit them, great. If not, you know, it'll be you guys wagering your points in the chat. You guys love the wagering of the channel point predictions. You like that, so that's going to be a major part of the stream. And a special episode of DSP Tries It. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Some people suggested I try Chef Boyardee because it's a running joke on the streams. Others suggested I get a new fast food item because there's so many of them out there right now. So I guess we'll see what happens. Also, when will this marathon be? I'm not sure. But right now, there's a strong chance I'm going to do it on my actual birthday, April 6th. Because it seems like I'm going to be here April 6th on my birthday working. So I might as well do something special for it rather than just a normal day. Let's do something festive and special. Maybe we'll do the marathon on that day. Okay? Sound good? Okay. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, good stuff. So, that's the deal. That's what's coming up in the week. Now, a couple other quick things. Today's the 28th of March. That means March ends in 3 to 4 days here, right? We do have a tier 3 subs goal for the month at 825 subs. If we do hit that, I will do an entire stream wearing jeans. I know that sounds really stupid because it is, but it's been a running meme in the chat that since I wear pajama pants and sweatpants when I stream, that people were like, it would be nice to see him wear real pants. And we have a prominent, it would be called the jeans stream, where the entire stream I'll be wearing jeans instead of pajama pants or whatever. And I will actually say this, it will be on my birthday. If we hit the subs goal by the end of this month, the next 3-4 days, I'll wear jeans the entire birthday stream. How about that? The entire stream. Now that would be something special. But we got to make it happen. You got to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We got to hit that 825 subs for the month. So, what do you get for subbing? You get over 40 emotes unlocked. You get a cool chat crown badge to show that you've been a supporter in the chat. And then also you don't have to watch advertisements when I go on my ad breaks, and it won't run ads when the stream starts. So you get many benefits to being a subscriber. Or maybe you want to help out some other people. Maybe some other people who are in the chat are your buds. Maybe you gift them a sub, right? Maybe they'd appreciate that. I bet they would. So please consider it. We got about 3.5 days left to hit the subscriber goal, tier 3, and have a jeans stream on my birthday. How about that? Very exciting stuff going on here. Very exciting. All right, guys. So that all that being said, that's pretty much what's going on right now. That's a lot of stuff, obviously, but hope that sounds interesting to you. I'm excited for all the stuff coming up. I think April's going to be a good month because finally we're going to get new releases, and there's going to have that first week of April is going to have special festivities and stuff. Okay, good stuff coming up. So I hope that you will join me for all this fun stuff coming up this weekend and also in April. All right. All right. So very quickly, let's get through some gratuitous information and plugs. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an independent content creator. What that means is that I don't have any sponsorship with any company to advertise products and make money doing it. I don't have any partnership with any website or any business to exclusively stream and make money just for turning on the stream. I'm truly an independent guy. I don't have any allegiance to anyone. I don't have to worry about saying something and losing a sponsor on a stream or anything like that. I can be honest with you on every stream, and you guys tell me that you appreciate that. That's one of the reasons why I have the longevity that I do. But the reason I'm still here is because you guys like what I do, and you crowdfund me every day via support on the streams. That's my main source of income. That's how I make a living. And I really, really appreciate that. The fact that you guys support what I do, you like what I do, and you want to see me continue to be successful. Thank you to everyone who supports me in any way on a stream, whether it's cheering, subbing, tipping, hell, pledging to my Patreon, which I almost never mention, but people still do. Thank you for all of that support. It really means a lot. It means that you guys like me, you like what I do, you want to see it all continue, right? So thank you. All that being said, I already talked about this, but if we raise $50 in tips today, I'll put on the Gunner glasses. If we raise $100 in tips, I'll put on a vest of your choice. Now, last night I wore the camo vest for Call of Duty. So that means that today it would be any of the other vests. The beige, the blue, the red, the gray, or, yes, the platinum. All of those vests would be eligible today if we raise $100 in tips. Of course, we do have higher level tips goals. If we do get that far, I'm not going to talk about those ahead of time, since let's at least hit the tier 1 tips goal before we start talking about higher goals, okay? Excuse me. Now, some stuff to know. Number one, I'm looking out for you guys. I want to make sure that you guys are protected. You guys don't get online harassment. So that being said, if you are a supporter of mine, if you are someone who watches my streams regularly and or is planning on contributing, I have some tips for you to help you out. Number one, I strongly recommend whatever name it is that you use here on Twitch, do not use that same name on other websites, especially social media websites, because there are people that if they get a bug up their butt about you, they will follow you all around the internet, harassing you wherever they can, and it's a major pain in the ass, all right? I strongly recommend on Twitch you diversify your name from anything else. I know it sounds silly that you have to do that, but sadly, that's just reality, okay? Now, in addition, I strongly recommend you close your open direct messages here on Twitch. Open direct messages are just an invitation for someone to harass you. They really are. At this point in time, it's really annoying that this is the case, but it is the case. So I strongly recommend that you close open direct messages. I have it set up that only people on your friends list can like, you know, direct message me. And that shuts off all that crap. Sadly, we have people here, they'll come into the stream like, oh, I want to support Phil. They cheer. Immediately, someone starts direct messaging them, harassing them. And you obviously want to avoid that. All right. Now, one of the best ways to support me is by tipping me. All right. As you know, we have tips goals, tips reward celebrations here on the stream if we hit certain tips goals. So, if you're planning on tipping me, I ask that you go the extra mile and please get a verified PayPal account. What that means is that you link your real life information to PayPal so that PayPal knows you really exist and basically gives added protections for when you send funds. Meaning, it's not some unsecured tip with an anonymous credit card and there's not potential for fraud there where I'm going to get screwed over. Sadly, back in the fall and early winter, there was someone who was buying stolen credit cards off the internet and was giving me, I'm not kidding, dozens of fake tips a day. And it was completely screwing me over because, number one, it looked like I was making tons of money that I wasn't. And then when all those funds got charged back, not only did I lose all the money, but there were fees and things behind the scenes associated with this. And it screwed me over really badly. So now I have this in place where if you're going to tip me, you have to have a verified PayPal account because then it means you're real. I can trust that tip, you see. Now, don't worry. If your verified PayPal account, no, it does not dox your information. I don't get to see any of your personal info whatsoever if you have a verified PayPal account at all. Anyone who says that is lying because they're trying to troll and basically scare people away from doing something that makes sense to do. If you have a verified PayPal account, you get added protections yourself. If you buy and sell stuff on the internet, you get more protections via PayPal. So it just makes sense to do it anyway. It's free. Okay? Now, in addition to that, if you're someone who tips me on the regular, okay, one thing you might want to do, you might want to actually create a code word that you can use on the stream when you tip me, and that way I will know that it's really you. Now, I know that sounds really stupid because it is, but here's the thing. There's people who, again, they prey on people who are positive contributors and supporters of a stream. They'll look for someone who's a regular, and then they'll try to start impersonating you by using your name with a fake contribution. And so they'll say something nasty to try to get you in trouble, or they'll try to drop a giant fake tip to make me think it's real, all right? So if you have a code word that you use whenever you contribute, right, I'll know it's you, okay? And don't worry, I don't have it. There's no tip messages that pop up on the screen when you tip me, so it's not like people will see the code word or anything. It's all hidden behind the scenes. It's all fine. So please consider doing it. All these things that I'm mentioning allow me to streamline my streams and make it so that I don't have to constantly be doing tip audits and stuff during the stream. All right, and I thank you all for your support. I appreciate it very much. Okay. That's that. It's now time to move on. Now, I don't really have any game news to talk about today. Obviously, if I missed anything, please, guys, let me know, and I will talk about it. But I was looking around. I didn't really see too much in the realm of game news today on Twitter. So, I don't have much to mention. If you guys, like I said, if you have anything, let me know. All right? But in the meantime, a lot of contributions have come in on pre-stream. So, I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to start with shout-outs here. First of all, overnight, I received a couple of $2 tips from Jim Rayner, who said a couple of different things. First, he said, before you start exploring, I guess he's talking about of Divinity 2, go back to that hidden cave. So this is the cave that I was in for most of the stream last time around. So he says, go back into that hidden cave, and directly across from the entrance, there is a chest that is hidden under a broken boat. This chest has legendary gear in it. Awesome. So I should do that. I'm going to do that first thing. Then we're going to head back and try to get some legendary gear. Thank you for the tip there. And he says, also in this game, you cannot make up for experience that you've lost. There's no grinding in the game at all. So I guess, there's no enemies to grind against. It's just you fight them once they're dead. You can respec characters in Chapter 2. Okay, that's cool. Very nice. Thank you for all the tips there. Now, Jim Raider tipped me another $2. And he says, items with a hand on them in your inventory are in your wares. Okay, and he says, you want to add all useless items to that. He says, level 1 gear to your wares. Everything in your wares will automatically be traded at vendors, or can be automatically traded at vendors. Make sure to pick up all the paintings and gold plates that I see, too. Okay. This is all good. I don't know how to add stuff to the wares, but maybe we got to figure this out. This sounds very useful, like a useful inventory system. Thank you for all these tips, Jim Rayner. First thing, like I said, first thing we're doing, we'll go back to that cave and we'll try to find this hidden legendary gear. Sounds like a plan. Good shit. All right, thank you, Jim, for the overnight tips there. Ghazi 0018 subscribed to the channel for 3 months this morning and said, Phil, Ghazi, what's up? Thank you for the support, Ghazi. I appreciate that. Tarantula MS 2018 resubscribed for a whopping 36 months. That is 3 years of support. Thank you very much. I believe at the 3-year mark, I believe you have earned the Rose Gold Crown badge. Rose Gold. It's only the second best. The first best is the Diamond Crown, which very few people have. But the Rose Gold Crown. Congratulations, Tarantula. Thank you for the support. And then, incidentally, Tarantula actually tipped me $5. Said, hey, Phil, what's going on, Tarantula? Hope you're having a good day. And thank you for the support to get things started today. Now, I would put you on the leaderboard. However, that tip did come in from Jackalese that we're about to shout out. It was a $50 tip from Jackalese. All right? And he says the following. This better be good. And it was. He said he liked the animation, the $50 tip animation. Just to reiterate, there's a new animation on the stream. If you tip me $50 or more, the only exception is if you tip me $100, then another animation triggers. But it's a pretty cool animation featuring gunner glasses and a cool deal with it meme. So it's very, very nice. I love it. And thank you, Jackalese, for the tip this morning so we could see it. Appreciate that. Oh my God, that was absolutely disgustingly revolting. I'm very sorry, everybody. Holy shit, I'm really sorry. That was nasty. Ugh. Ugh. I'm disgusted at myself. Okay, let's continue. Jack, to me, $2.76 says, have you ever considered playing GTA Online on stream? It consistently gets good viewership on Twitch. There's tons of new content, including several new heists since you last played it. Well, as you remember, when I first played it, when it first launched, I was going to treat it like Suicide Kings in Red Dead Redemption. If you don't know what that means, I don't blame you. When I played Red Dead Redemption a decade ago, it had an online mode. And the online mode allowed you open world roaming and just silly antics. You could try to throw your whole party off a cliff, load up a stagecoach and blow it up. You could do all this funny stuff. And so I did this several streams. I called it the Suicide Kings. And people would join me randomly and we would do silly stuff. And it was really good. It was fun. It really was fun to do this. So, when GTA 5 came out, and they announced it's going to have a major online component, I was like, let's do it. Look, sadly, none of it worked. Like, none of the stuff that I thought would be fun would work. We drove 2 cars across the entirety of an airplane field, hit them head on, and the cars clipped and barely hit each other, and no one flew out of a car, and nothing blew up. We tried jumping off of buildings. Oh, as soon as you jump off the building, it stops the animation. It doesn't even show you hitting the ground. It just says, oh, you died, and then it goes back. It's like, what? It's like they took all the fun out of it. All the things that made Red Dead Redemption Online good, they took out of GTA Online. Instead, what did they turn GTA Online into? A social experience with your buddies full of microtransactions. Yeah, the whole game is based on basically just doing kind of generic stuff with your friends, which is fine if you want to do, you know, hang out with your friends online and play a game like that. But they took out all of the fun stuff that would have made it funny or interesting based on how Red Dead Redemption was online. So personally, I didn't like it. Now later on, they introduced heists, and when the heists were introduced, I played it with a couple buddies. We played it online co-op, and we did the first heist together. It was fun. It was a little bit of a grind because they force you to grind to get enough resources or whatever to do it. But it was pretty fun, I would say. It wasn't bad, but it also wasn't anything amazing at all. I was like, okay, I can understand why this is popular. If people want to hang out with their friends in an online game, all right? This one's free if you own GTA 5. It's not like there's a subscription-based service. If you want to drop some money into it from time to time to get new outfits, to get new cars, to get whatever, fine, great. But it's not mandatory you do that. I can understand why this is like a time sink for people. But for me, for my purposes as a streamer, being a variety streamer looking for meaningful content, and the fact that most of the stuff that I do is progress in a game, not just kind of killing time, it didn't really make any sense. It didn't make any sense to do it. In addition, there was tons of trolling. Like, every time I played it, people were trying to find me and hunt me down and do stupid shit. So there was the trolling element as well, kind of, you know, killed it for me. Now, I'm well aware that over the years, they have updated this with tons and tons of new heists and things, but I still, to this day, I don't see what kind of content I could put out in GTA Online, right? It would be like, okay, check out the heists. Just play them for what they are. But I think that's not the appeal of the game. The appeal of the game is to get a group of buddies, team up, do silly stuff, and basically have that social interaction. People have outright told me over the years they don't like it when I team up with others and do stuff in co-op, because when I do that, I don't have opportunity to interact with my audience. Instead, I'm talking with a group of people in a party, and because of that, it kind of takes away from the immersion of my streams, you see? So, what's the point of doing an online game where I have to focus on playing with a party if everyone's going to say, well, this stream sucks because Phil can't interact with us anymore, right? So that's why I never really cared about it. I never really looked into it, went back to it. And to this day, I don't see, again, how that, not to say that it's not valid, absolutely. There's validity to it, obviously. But I don't see how me playing GTA Online is going to be anything entertaining for my audience, okay? So there you go. Thank you for the tip. Hurdy Gurdy Man in Disguise has resubscribed to Tier 1. Well, subscribe to Tier 1, excuse me. CM Fool is here. To me, $4.20 as Divinity 2 opened you up to other CRPGs like Yakuza opened you up to the series. Well, let me put it this way. All right. Certainly, now that I'm getting more into the game, I'm enjoying it more. I'm understanding the combat better. I'm getting better loot, better abilities for my party. It's definitely becoming more interesting. I do have some criticisms. Like, number one, the game never actually zooms in to let you see the graph. Everything's tiny. Everything's always zoomed out. I don't like that. There should be opportunity where you could zoom in and actually see the characters. I almost get the feeling it's because the character models aren't so good, and they don't want you to see up close that the graphics aren't that great. So they purposely have a camera that's way back. Also, like people have said, oh, it's like Dungeons and Dragons where there's a lot of text, so it says things are happening on the screen, but you don't actually see them happen. I mean, I'm not fucking playing Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have to imagine things happening. I paid for a game where when it says, oh, the girl is possessed, her eyes become black, her face becomes, you know, worked over, she starts talking in a dark voice and tongues, that should happen in the game. It shouldn't just be text I'm reading. I think that what they did is they skimped. They cut corners and they said, oh, well, it's a role-playing game, so you have to imagine. No, I paid you the money for you to show me this, not for me to imagine it in my fucking head. I didn't pay $5 to buy a book. I paid full price for a game. Give me what you're saying is happening in the game. Don't make me imagine it in my fucking head. This is stupid. I think that's really dumb, and I think it's a way that they basically got away with it because people just, they justify, oh, it's a role-playing game. Bullshit. There are plenty of other role-playing games out there that show you what's actually happening in the game, not telling you via text. So I think that's really dumb. I do. I think that's very, very dumb. And I think that people giving them like a pass for that is unacceptable. People should not give them a pass. They should say, no, I want to fucking see this stuff in the game. This is stupid. Okay? But outside of that, you know, everything else is growing on me. The combat and the elements, you know, how there's different elements work different ways and stuff in combat. Would I immediately want to jump into another game like this? I mean, the problem with the game like this is so long. I'm now like almost 30 hours into this game. We're still in Fort Joy, the intro area. Apparently, the intro area is only like 20% of the game, and then there's like a 50-plus hour chunk, and then another 20-hour finale. So can you imagine I'm 30 hours in, and we got another 70 hours to go? The problem is the length of the game. Seriously. It's not the game itself. The core mechanics are fun, but the game is so long, it doesn't make it accessible for someone like me who's a variety content creator to be able to play a lot of these games. Chances are, I'll play Divinity 2, and I'll probably never play another game like this for like a year or two. There just won't be opportunity. It'll take too fucking long to get through it, you see? So, chances are no. Chances are I will not be playing a Dungeons & Dragons game, a Baldur's Gate. I'm not going to be playing the original Divinity. If I ever do, it'll probably be years down the line, because it's probably going to take me, I'm not even exaggerating, it's probably going to take me until the beginning of the fall gaming season to beat Divinity 2. I really feel that, strongly. I feel that that's what I'm going to be doing the entire time. It's going to take me that long. All fucking summer I'll be playing it. And plus, you got to remember, in April, May, and June, there's multiple new releases. They take priority over Divinity for sure. So Divinity might go on the back burner, or Divinity might become a night stream for a while. It's not going to be making major progress either all the time. So it's going to take me forever to beat this game. That's why when people nominated and voted for it for Viewer's Choice, I was like, you guys, you know, you got to understand what you're getting yourselves into here. You guys know my content. You know how I stream. I don't have opportunity to focus in on this game for 3 months straight to beat it. So I hope you know that. You're going to be waiting a long time for this game to finish. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with this moving forward. I like the game. It is growing on me. But again, you know, is this a game that is really suitable for my content? I'm not too sure, honestly, because of the length. So, okay. Hurdy-Gurdy Man in Disguise cheered and says, some guy who's not me asked if you could unban Mr. Hurdy-Gurdy Man. I think he was definitely the most good-looking and naturally charismatic of your subs. Yeah, and you were also being an asshole. You're also being a complete asshole referencing, the, you know, fucking hater memes and shit. Right? So, if you're not going to do that, maybe I would unban you. But now you're already here on a new account, and you've already subscribed to the new account. So what's... Oh, my God. I don't know. Maybe you should stay on the new account. And by the way, I don't just unban on the fly either. You would have to email me and say, I'm sorry, and I will never do that ever again. I promise you. Here's a signed affidavit. Legally, if I do it again, I'm legally liable. There you go. Then maybe I'll let you back in on that old account. Or you could just stay here with the new account. Tasty Muffin gifted a subscription to Kevin Final Fantasy. Congratulations, Kevin Final Fantasy. Thank you, Tasty Muffin, for the channel support. Tentacle 2070 tipped me $2.24. It says, thank you for being my hero. I bet you're everyone's hero, too. Very doubtful that I'm anyone's hero. But apparently I'm yours. Thank you, Technical. Jay Hawkward did a 50-bit cheer. Says, DSP and $10 jeans hype. What? $10... Oh, he says... Wait a minute. $10 mom jeans? I don't know what that means. Can you even buy jeans for $10 somewhere? That sounds like they would be pretty shitty to me. $10 mom jeans. Okay. Thank you, Jay Hawkwood, for the cheer. Whatever that means. Low Carb Man. Tip me $1.30. Thank you very much, Low Carb Mad Man. I appreciate that. Welcome to Snap City. Cheers. He said, you know what day the Mario Marathon is? Have you decided on what the DSP tries it will be? Well, since now I kind of know my schedule, I think it's going to be on my birthday, April 6th. I think I'm going to do the marathon that day, and of course that means also the DSP tries it would be that day. I think that makes sense to do it that day. And by the way, like I said, if we hit the subscriber goal in the next 3.5 days, I'll wear jeans during that stream as well. So it'll be like a triple special event. Gene stream, challenge run marathon stream, and a DSP tries it. Now he also says, do you know what the DSP tries it's going to be? And the answer is no, I don't. I don't know at all what the DSP tries is going to be. It could, like I said, it could be a fast food item from around here, from a chain that you guys know. It could be a new item from that new place that just opened up down the street, that Mexican place that's really good. I could try Chef Boyardee, which is the running meme with this Major Riot who always cheers talks about Chef Boyardee. Maybe we could do that. I don't know. I got to think about it. Got to think about what I want to do. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right. Hurdy-gurdy man in disguise at a 200-bit cheers. Have you ever had a friend with a Napoleon complex? I have a short friend, Mike Hotch. He's so short, and he's the worst. There you go. Mike Hotch. Hilarious name. Has a Napoleon complex because he's short, and so that he feels that he has to always act like he's a badass or something. And that's what Napoleon complex means. Basically means that someone's like short, and so because of that, they feel like they always have to like overdo stuff to show that they're like a badass, or you know, because that's how everyone says Napoleon was. That even though he was a really short guy, he always wanted to show he was in charge, and you know. So anyway, not to my knowledge, you know, I don't know anyone with a Napoleon complex. Mike Hotch. Ha 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 ha. Hilarious. So anyway, hurdy-gurdy man in disguise, because I'm not typing out that insanely fucking long name, is the 200-bit cheer. That's the biggest cheer of the day. There you go. Now I can get that off the screen. Jay Hawkwood just cheered. He says, in regards to animations in Divinity 2, that's this style of game. It's not a criticism of the game, but the genre, as most are like that. Trust me, this game is better than most in that regard. You have something like Pillars of Eternity where it's a solid background. Well, I don't know anything about Pillars of Eternity, but that's terrible. I'm sorry. Again, if this were the 1990s, and your excuse was, well, it's a role-playing game, and we don't have the graphical capability to do the stuff that we're saying, so use your mind. If you were playing Dungeons & Dragons in real life, you would have no graphics, and you'd imagine it all anyway. I'd say, okay, it's 2021. All right? It's 2021. You paid money for the game. The game devs should animate the fucking game. It's not an excuse. I don't even care. If you're saying I'm tearing apart the whole genre, then I'll tear apart the whole genre. It's bullshit in the modern era that people do this. Complete and utter 100% horseshit that these game developers get away with it. They shouldn't. It's stupid as fuck. Sorry, animate your games. People deserve to have animations if they fucking bought your game. It's that simple. Okay. CM Fool to be another $4.20 says, can you make a channel wage on the date you beat Divinity 2? No, because you can only do one wager at a time. If you could do long-standing wagers, I absolutely would do that. I would do a long-standing wager and be like, you know, let's wager when will I beat it, and people would wager penny points, and then like 8 months down the road when I beat it, then we'd have a payout. But can't. There's no way to do that. They can only do one wager at a time right now on the channels. So. Hurdy-gurdy man in disguise cheered. He says, my code word is free Mr. Hurdy-gurdy man. Sure it is. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today's Sunday. Per Twitch's criteria, today is the final streaming day of the week, even though for me, I still have another 4 streaming days after today. To them, this is the last streaming day of the week. And that means that the leaderboards that you see at the top of the screen will reset as of tomorrow. So what I'd like to say is thank you to everyone who has cheered and everyone who gifted a subscription to the channel this week. Today's your final day if you are attempting to get up on that leaderboard as a top contributor of the week in one of those methods. Now is the time. Either cheer today or gift subs today. That's the only way, because tomorrow it will reset back to 0. Okay? So in particular, thank you to the top cheerers of this week so far. In 10th place, we've got Easy for Stevie. In 9th place, Jay Hawkwood. In 7th place, a tie between Major Riot and Local Nomad. 6th place, DK Flax, 87. 5th place, Angelo Bestia. 4th place, Captain Div. 3rd place, Roosh. Actually, I take it back. At the tie between Captain Div and Roosh, we make it a tie for 3rd place. In 2nd place, Timbo Slice GB. And in 1st place, Ripley Atomic. All right? So thank you guys for your support this week with cheers. Now, in addition to that, thank you to those who gifted subscriptions this week. Now, it's funny. A lot of people gifted a single sub this week. A lot of people. Okay? So, thanks to those who did gift subscriptions this week. There's a lot of people who gifted one, and so all I can see are the people who actually shows here that gifted one sub. All right? There's no other ability for me to see anything else, which kind of sucks, but that's all I can see. So all I can do is shout out what's here. Thank you to those who gifted a single sub to the channel this week and who actually show up on the leaderboard, including Old McLeod 7, Epic Gamer God, Dan Low the Manlow, OGX Focal, Hydrocarbon, Germ Worm, King Cuck 69, Chipe, and Nihilistic Goldfish. All of you gifted a single subscription to the channel this week, and I really do appreciate that, okay? Very nice. Now, Diocletian gifted 4 subscriptions to the channel this week. Thank you, Diocletian. That is the most amount of subs gifted this week. Except, of course, Only Iced Coffee. Earlier this week, dropped a giant sub bomb on the channel. It actually allowed me to hit roughly both goals. Like, he gifted a lot of subs to the channel this week. You may notice he's not on the leaderboard. You may notice that he's not around, because it seems like he keeps temporarily suspending his account to stop online harassment. You know? It sucks that this guy comes by and he's generous and he supports the streams, and then he immediately gets harassed by a ton of fucking people. But I guess that's the internet. It's a bunch of shitheads. Right? So, oh, my nose itches. So, Jayhawk, when he was not banned, he was here last night. He was not banned from Twitch at all. That's a lie. What he's doing is he's suspending his account. And then he unsuspends it and comes back when he wants, and then he suspends it again. So that's why he doesn't show up on the leaderboards and stuff, and that way no one can harass him. So, that being said, thank you so much to Only Iced Coffee. The major reason why we actually hit the subscriber goals for this month so far. And I really do appreciate that, even though it sucks that online harassment the guy's going through. It is what it is, I guess. That's life. Shitheads will be shitheads. Lunabuzz tipped me $4 and says, thank you for giving Divinity a chance. It seems to be growing on you. Well, it's like I said. I figured it would, too. Like, I figured, even though I never played any games in this genre before, I figured that over time, as I got better, this is one of those games, much like a game like Neo, or a game with a really rough start. It's very difficult at first because you don't know what you're doing, and also all your characters have like their starter stats, right? But once you start getting new abilities, once you start getting better equipment, once you get a good foot into the game gets better. And that's exactly what happened with this game. At first, it was like, oh my god, it's like pulling teeth doing combat. But now, my characters are faster, they're better, they have new abilities. I mean, Beast, turn 1, he can teleport to high ground, immediately start sniping people for giant damage. That's outstanding, right? That's really fun. And, you know, I'm happy that I got that ability, right? But I needed to take a while to get there. At first, he kind of sucked, you see? So it all depends. You got to tough it out, get through those early hours of tougher gameplay to get to the better stuff. And now I'm there, and I'm having fun with the game. Even though I'm not even out of the intro segment, I'm having tons of fun. I'm learning the game better. And, again, you know, I understand that about a game like this. The problem is the length of the game. Is that, you know, the fact that I'm going to be playing this game for so long, is there going to be longevity? Am I going to have an audience that's going to keep coming back for Divinity 2? Or once I hit the 50 to 60th gameplay hour, are people just going to fall off the playthrough and not care about it anymore? This was always my major concern when people nominated the game last year. I was like, dude, this game is so long. What's going to happen? Right? So I guess we'll see. I like it, but I just hope that I can retain an audience for it and it doesn't completely fall off. You know what I mean? Okay. Hurdy-gurdy man in disguise, cheers, says, do you think Only Iced Coffee should be considered a vice president of Burnell Industries? No. And that's a stupid joke and a stupid meme. Stupid. Now, question. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about? Did I miss any game news or anything today? Because like I said, I looked on Twitter, again, with fucking Twitter trends and shit, sucking ass and not being very good. It's hard for me to even figure out what the hell's, you know, going on these days with anything. So, hopefully I didn't miss anything major. Anything else you guys want to talk about on pre-stream before we kind of go on a break here and I use the restroom and all of that? What do you think? Did I shower or did I pat myself down? Okay. Well, what I do is I have a blowtorch, and I wait until the scum on my body has solidified into these crusty, dry patches, and then I blowtorch them off. They burn, and they have this cool singeing smell. So most guys, you know, they have to wear like cologne. Not me. I constantly smell like burning meat. Very attractive. This is the stupidest things I've ever heard to these questions. Anyway. Ripley Atomic has done a 50-bit cheer. Oh boy, listen to this. He says, I have a question. I lost 100,000 penne points last night when I was playing Call of Duty because I accidentally mistyped 10,000 penne points. Can I get them back? I have no ability to divvy out penne points at all. Like, if I could give them back to you, and I looked into it and it looked like a legit issue, I would gladly look into it. I can't. Penne points, 100% Twitch side stuff, and there's nothing I can do about it at all. The good news is, penne points have no true value. So even though you lost a ton, you really didn't lose anything. But I could totally feel your pain, especially if you're someone who likes to do the channel wagers. And now you have no penne points to wager with. You have to rebuild them from scratch. I could totally understand. Alright? So apologies that happened to you. I'm sorry to hear that happened to you. Sucks that it happened to you. But it is what it is, I guess. Okay, CM Fool tipped me $1.30. He says, I know of a good chill game for you. It's called Super Meat Boy. He says, it's nice and peaceful. Oh, yeah, Super Meat Boy. One of the most relaxing games ever made. There's total chill vibes when you play that constantly. Right. Thank you, CM Fool, for another $1 tip. Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. Unless, again, last chance. If anyone has anything to talk about, any questions, any concerns, before I go on my break to use the restroom. During this break, I recommend you also go on a break. I say grab a drink or a snack, use the restroom yourself, whatever you'd like to do. And when I come back, it will be Divinity 2 starting up. Sir Spartan Kings, am I excited for golf season? Oh, I always love golf. I watch it nonstop. Puts me right to sleep. It's great. Hurdy-gurdy man in disguise cheers. So would you ever consider doing DoorDash if you had to protect your family? What the fuck does that even mean? DoorDash to protect my family. What? The fuck are you talking about? What? Okay. Protect my family. All right. Anyway, folks. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thank you. Let's take a break. Like I said, when I come back from break, it'll be the continuation of Divinity 2 right here on the stream. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll be back in a bit.